Hi everybody, welcome back to At Home Crypto. Today I'm going to give a quick tutorial on using ethOS and configuring the local.conf file for your wallet, and also how to configure it, some basic settings for NVIDIA cards. The system we're working on today is this one down here. You'll see it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4 NVIDIA 1080s. And then it's got two 1050 Ti's. I like this 1050 Ti here that doesn't require, too much space or power. It's not an OC one. Okay, so the first thing, if you come over here, you'll see we're booted into ethOS. Again, you get that at GPUshack.com. When you boot up, you've got an IP link you can go to for that actually comes up. It's unique to your MAC address that you're connected to, and your rig name here. You can actually adjust that too, but I usually save those. Those are two things that you want to save and write down. So this rig here is the 494.2b9, and then that's a IP address. You look down, these are what we're currently hashing on each of the cards. Okay, so it tells you about the cards and tells you that's the ROM information, what ROM is on it. So you can see the version. For AMDs, you can see the memory. It'll say Hynix or Polaris, but these are NVIDIA's, so you can't do anything with the memory like you can with the AMDs or the BIOS mods. There. So I've not made any adjustments to this. So what I want to do, normally I would in the this area down here, the terminal, I would type sudo, sudo, nano. Nano is the tool we use. .conf. But another way you can do that is also move your mouse down, bottom left, you can edit the local.conf file. There, and that's our file. Oh, I thought I hadn't edited this, but you can see this is the area that you'll modify. Remember, anything that has a hashtag or the pound sign in front of it is commented out, so it won't be read. Of course, you'd want to change your wallet information. There, we have our pool assigned. You can also do the pass if you do that. Pool pass. Just use X because if somebody has your wallet, they'll mine for you. And then you put your email address so that you can adjust that on the pool site if you wanted to. Some of the different settings here. I changed my global fans. There's different ones, and this is also a README file. It's not just a config file. If you scroll down, you'll see it tells you about the file and the different kind of settings you can do. There. So these are just some of the different settings we can do. And this is a sample config that you can see up there if you copied these out. But again, and then if we scroll down here, some more of them, different things you could set. So make sure and read this. Now remember earlier I was telling you I was showing out or pointing out the rig name. Notice I put that there. So I've defined our core, the rig, and then it's each one of these cards that you saw there that it pointed out. So if we're looking, the core that I set for the first 1050 was 2000, and the core memory that I set for that first, the 1050 Ti, was 9008. You can see I'm just currently testing. Some of these are the defaults. If you play around with them, it's usually good. And I'll show you how I get this. But it's you add, a good rule of thumb is start about 100 to 150 over the default settings, and for the core, and then 200 to 250 over the, or 2500 to the memory settings of each card. Okay, so again, this is also a README file. I can't go into all of the things you can change there. But let's come back over to our terminal. I mentioned to you you can type here update. There, and it tells us information about the cards and what it's running as well as the config. Look here, the mem states. There, that's what it's currently running, the core and the mem. There, but there's our default core, default mem. That's what I was meaning. Write those down for each one of your cards, and then add 150 to 200 or 15 for the core, and then 1500 to 2500, and update that in your config file. Then save your config file. There. Now that we've saved that, you want to type PUTCONF space and space ethOS dash overclock. And again, this is for NVIDIA. For AMDs, you have to reboot the box. So you would type sudo space reboot space /F if you were on an AMD system. Okay, I hope everybody learned a lot from this. It was very quick, very basic of ethOS configuring. These same settings will also work for Claymores and I believe for NiceHash and other mining software. They're very similar as far as the changes you can do with that core mem and the core and the mem. All right, thank you everyone. Please leave any other questions and give us a like.